Stand at the end of your mat, feet together, mountain pose, arms at your sides. Focus on your breathing, mouth closed, breath steady and confident in and out, exhalations and inhalations even, coaxing a gentle, ocean-like sound from the base of your throat. This sound will be your guide. Breathe in, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, bring your palms together, head back, gaze between your hands. Inhale, fold from the hips, flat back as you stretch forward, and exhale, relax your arms and torso, hanging toward the floor, standing forward bend. Place your fingertips on the floor by your feet, and as you breathe in, open and lift your chest. Gaze slightly forward. Bend your knees, and breathe in, step your right foot back, exhaling to a lunge, left heel down. Place your palms on the floor, chest broad. Breathe in, step your left foot beside your right, and come down to your knees. Place your knees a couple of inches behind your hips, toes under, table pose. With your head at shoulder height and your shoulders above your wrists, flatten your back by elongating your spine from your lower ribs to your tailbone and curl your tail slightly toward the floor. Can you feel how this pulls your abdomen toward your spine, thus supporting your lower back? Ideally, your lower back becomes as flat as a tabletop. Squeeze your elbows to your sides. Now, press down with your hands and feet, and inhaling, scoop your chest down and forward along the floor, sliding through your arms and up to upward facing dog pose, straightening your elbows, press your feet into the floor and straighten your knees. Pull your shoulder blades back and breathe steadily from the throat. Bring your knees back to the floor, push to table pose and turn the toes under. Now breathe in, press down with your hands as you lift your hips high, and with the knees deeply bent, exhale and push your hips back over your heels, bringing your head between your arms. Steady breathing. Inhale, step your right foot between your hands. You can haul it up there if necessary. Straightening your left knee, open and lift your chest, gazing forward. Steady breathing, mouth closed. Inhale, step your left foot forward and exhale to relaxed, standing forward bend. Bend your knees if your back or hamstrings hurt. And rest. Place your fingertips on the floor and breathe in, opening the chest and looking forward. Breathe out, bend your elbows, pulling your belly toward your thighs. Relax your neck. Breathe in, raise the chest as you sweep your arms overhead, standing upright. Lower your hands to your chest. Namaste. Notice your breathing. Steady ocean sound. Steady exhalation. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, join your palms, gaze between the hands. Breathe in, hinge from the hips, and with a flat back, sweep forward and down. Exhale into a relaxed, standing forward bend. Bend your knees and place the palms on the floor about shoulder width. Inhale, lift the chest and step your right foot back to a lunge. Pull your upper right thigh muscle toward the bone to help lengthen and extend the back leg all the way to your heel. Press down through your hands and open the chest as you breathe in and step your left foot beside the right. Breathe out, bringing your knees to the floor to table pose. Let's turn things up a notch. Press down with your hands and feet and breathe in. Lift your knees, raising your hips just to the level of your shoulders, and breathing out, straighten your knees. This is plank pose. If you can't straighten your knees without your hips rising higher than your shoulders, simply step your feet back. Steady breathing. Come back down to your knees. Keep your arms straight and turn your inner elbows forward, rolling your collarbones up. Keep your back flat and gazing forward. Breathe in. Straight body comes forward. Breathe out. Bend your elbows to yoga push-up with the knees on the floor. Inhale, swing your chest through your arms, push your elbows forward and roll over your toes to upward facing dog pose. Ground your feet and straighten your knees. Steady breathing. Breathe in, the chest expands. Support your lower back in this back bend by breathing out and drawing your lower abdomen in. Breathe in as you push down with your hands and lift your hips. Roll over your toes to downward facing dog pose. Feet hip width apart and parallel. Bend your knees deeply, press your palms down, and push your torso toward your hips. Position your head between your upper arms. Keep your shoulder blades wide by rolling your outer arms down, straight elbows. Use a full breath out to extend your heels toward the floor, moving your inner thighs into the space behind you and straightening your knees. Inhale, step your right foot forward. Exhale to a lunge. Pull your front left thigh into the bone, lengthening the left leg toward the heel. Open your chest and roll your collarbones up. Is the sound of the breath still steady inside? Inhale, step forward with your left foot. Exhale, straightening your knees. Relaxed, standing forward bend. Just let your torso hang. Place your fingertips on the floor as you inhale, lifting the chest. Look forward. Exhale, bend your elbows, pulling your belly to your thighs. Relax your neck. Breathe in, lift the chest, sweep your arms overhead and stand upright. Join the palms, gaze between your hands. Inhale, release the arms. Exhale to mountain pose, palms together at the chest in Namaste. Steady your breathing. Concentrate on breathing out. One more cycle. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, join the palms, gaze at your hands. Inhale, hinge from the hips with a flat back, bend forward. Exhale, hang in relaxed, standing forward bend. Fingertips to the floor, bend your knees. Breathe in, lift the chest, and step your right foot back. Exhale to a lunge. Pull your upper thigh to the bone, lengthening the back of the leg to the heel. Open your chest and roll the collarbones up, dropping your shoulders away from your ears. Steady breathing. Press down with your hands as you breathe in and step your left foot back. Exhale to plank pose with the feet hip width apart. Broaden your chest, collarbones up, shoulders over wrists, hips no higher than shoulders. Gently tuck the tail to draw the abdomen in. As you inhale, turn your inner elbows forward and taking your body, straight as a stick, several inches forward. Exhale, bend your elbows, lowering your body 2 inches from the floor, yoga push-up. Inhale, sweep the chest forward and up. Roll over your toes to upward facing dog pose, supporting your lower back by pulling the abdomen back and up. Breathe in, press down with your hands, push back through plank pose. Exhale, roll over your toes, downward facing dog pose. Steady your breathing. Breath out as long as the breath in. Remember, you can consciously steady the sound of your out-breath to help steady your whole body. Your shoulder blades are broad. Arms actively press into the floor to push your hips back over your heels. Ears between the arms. Breathe in, step your right foot forward. Breathe out to your lunge. Pull your upper left thigh to the bone to lengthen the back of the leg. Radiate open from the core of your chest and lift your collarbones looking forward. Step forward with your left foot as you breathe in, and breathing out, straighten your knees into relaxed standing forward bend. This is a resting pose. Slow your breathing down. Restore equilibrium. Bend your knees, place your fingertips on the floor, and as you inhale, lift your chest and roll your collarbones up. Breathe out, bending your elbows, pull your belly and perhaps your lower ribs toward your thighs, relaxing your neck. Breathe in, lift the chest, sweep the arms overhead. Breathe out, palms together, gaze between your hands. Inhale, lower your arms. Exhale, mountain pose with your arms at your sides. Stand in mountain pose at the end of your mat. Turn and step your feet wide, arms at shoulder height. Position your ankles below your wrists, shortening your stance if your knees hurt. Hold your hips and focus on your breathing. Mouth closed, confident, steady pace. A distinctive ocean-like sound in the base of your throat. Pivot your right leg out so your knee and toes face the end of the mat. Turning your left foot and hips slightly to the right, lining your heels up with each other. Coordinating movement with breath. Breathe in, sliding your right hip toward your left leg as you bend your knee to a right angle, knee over ankle. Breathe out, bring your right arm inside the knee, fingers on the floor, pressing your arm against your knee. Steady breathing. Inhale, outer left foot down as you lift your chest. Exhale, pull your left ribs back, slightly tucking your tailbone, turning your head to gaze up. If your neck hurts, simply gaze ahead. Inhale, ground the outer back foot and extend your left arm to the ceiling, palm forward, side angle pose. Place your left hand on your hip, breathe in, lengthen your outer right hip away from your waist to straighten your right knee, placing your right hand beside your outer right foot or on your leg, triangle pose. Inhale, root the right big toe and left heel as you raise your chest. Exhale, pull your left ribs back, turning your head, feel your spine spiral to the left. Extend your left arm to the ceiling. Each breath in expands the body. Each breath out polishes your pose. Inhale, turn toward the floor, placing your hands on each side of the foot. Step the back foot slightly forward, turning the leg in more, anchoring your outer back heel firmly to the floor. Level your hips by pushing your right hip away from the right ribs and lifting it slightly. Steady breathing, calm belly. Inhale, ground the outer left heel and right big toe as you raise your chest, moving your shoulders away from your ears. Lift the collarbones, letting them shine forward parallel to the floor as though they're headlights. Gaze at the front foot. Side stretch. Place your left hand beside your right foot and your right hand on your hip for revolved triangle pose. Stabilize your balance, right big toe and left heel firmly anchored. Calm belly, steady exhalations. Breathe in, press your left hand down, the chest lifts. Breathe out, extend your right arm to the ceiling, pulling your right ribs up and back, feeling your body turn. Remember, left heel down, right hip away from the waist. Slowly begin to rotate your head to the right to deepen the spinal twist further. Steady breathing. Inhale, turn toward the floor. Place your hands shoulder width apart on each side of the foot. Bend your right knee and step to downward facing dog pose. Feet hip width apart, wide shoulder blades. Press your hands into the mat to push the hips back, stretching your spine from head to tail. Exhale, move your inner thighs into the space behind you. Breathe in, step your right foot between your hands to a lunge, turning your left heel slightly toward the center of the mat and root it firmly to the floor. Right knee over ankle, right angle bend in the front leg. Navel, knee, and toes face the end of the mat. Breathe in, sweep the arms forward as you bring your torso up. Breathe out, Warrior One. Ground your outer back foot as you lift your chest toward your chin. Breathe out, left side ribs forward, inner arms sweep back past the ears. Keeping your knee bent and facing the toes, turn your left thigh out and turn your torso to the left, sweeping your arms wide, hands above feet. Warrior Pose 2. Check your alignment. Knee over ankle, knee facing in the direction of the toes. Gently curl your tailbone and relax your shoulders. Gaze to the right hand, but strongly extend your left. Breathe in, straighten your knee. Turn your feet parallel and lace your fingers together behind your back, palms facing each other. Breathe in, stretch your arms back and up, lifting the chest, head over shoulders, and bending forward from the hips. Breathe out, relax down, stretching your arms over your back toward the floor. Expanded leg, forward bend. Don't lock your elbows. You'll get a much richer experience in the shoulders if you keep them slightly bent. Release your arms, placing your palms on the floor below your shoulders. Straighten your elbows, looking up with your heart. Inhale, bend your knees, press down with your hands and jump your feet, hip width apart. Exhale to standing forward bend, hands in the crooks of your elbows. Relax. Bend your knees if you need to. This passive pose assists easy breathing and rests the heart. The inverted nature of this forward bend especially helps exhalation. inviting the diaphragm to relax chestward. Slow the pace of your breathing down by focusing on the steady sound that each breath out makes. Remember, yoga is as much about undoing as doing. Cultivate mental clarity and inner calm. That steadiness supports even the most challenging asana. Inhale, standing up. Exhale into mountain pose. Stepping your feet wide, arms at shoulder height. Again, ankles below wrists, adjusting your stance if necessary. Hold your hips. Pivot the left foot out and the right leg and hips in. Heels line up with each other. Straight knees. Breathe in. Lengthen your outer left hip away from the waist as you bend your left knee. Breathe out. Left arm inside the knee. Fingers to the floor. Look at your alignment. Knee over ankle, right angle, knee and toes face the end of the mat. Press your arm against the inner knee to help maintain the leg's position. Breathe in, root the outer back heel and lift the chest. Breathe out, pulling your ribs back, tailbone slightly forward, and rotating your head to initiate the spiral that turns your whole spine. If your neck hurts, simply gaze straight ahead. Inhale, ground the back leg and extend your right arm to the ceiling, palm forward. Side angle pose. Turn toward the floor, placing your left hand by your outer left foot, right hand on the hip. Inhale, pull your left hip back to straighten your left knee. Triangle pose. Steady breathing. Root your back foot and lift your chest, breathing in. Breathing out, pull your right ribs back, spiraling head and navel toward the ceiling. Extend your right arm up. Your body expands like a sponge when you breathe in. Energy rushes through your veins as you breathe out. Turning toward the floor, bring your hands down, one on each side of the foot, stepping your right foot slightly forward and turning the leg in a bit more. Side stretch pose. Keep your right outer heel and left big toe securely anchored as you move your left hip away from your ribs to bring your hips side by side. Level them. Breathe in, lifting and opening your heart. Exhale, collarbones shine forward like headlights. Gaze at your foot. Place your right fingers by your left big toe, left hand on left hip. Steady breathing. Inhale, press down with your outer right foot, left big toe, and right hand to lift your chest. Strong out-breath stabilizes your stance. Breathe in, extend your left arm toward the ceiling, letting the action of the arms turn your body to the left. Left hip away from the waist. Revolve triangle pose. Slowly turn your head to gaze at your left hand. Don't sacrifice your stability. Standing poses establish a connection to the earth. Don't allow an overambitious twist to uproot you. Inhale, release the pose, bringing your hands back to the floor on each side of your foot. Exhale, step to downward facing dog pose, ears between the arms, smooth, steady breath. Transfer your weight from the heel of the hand to the base of your fingers and pull your forearms toward your elbows to open the wrists, reducing strain on that vulnerable joint. Broad shoulder blades. Roll your outer arms toward the floor. inner thighs into the space behind your legs. Inhale, stepping your left foot forward, left knee over ankle, right angle bend. Turn your right heel slightly in and root it to the floor. Inhale, sweeping your arms overhead, bringing your torso upright. Exhale, Warrior One. Steady breathing in this challenging pose. Inhale, ground the back foot open and lift your chest. Exhale, inner arms back, right side ribs forward. Keep your knee bent as you turn your right thigh out, and turning your torso to the right, sweep your arms to shoulder height over your feet. Warrior Two. Check your alignment. Knee over ankle, knee facing toes, back leg straight, back foot rooted. Gaze at your left hand. Strongly extend your right arm. Inhale, straighten your right leg, turn your feet forward, hold your hips, and step your right foot to your left and turn to mountain pose at the end of your mat. Direct your gaze forward and down, bringing your weight to your left leg. Steady breathing. Breathe in, bend the right knee and raise the leg, holding your big toe with your index and middle fingers. Stretch your left arm out at shoulder height. Keep your gaze and your breath steady. Pull your left upper thigh toward the bone and lift the chest to make your body tall. Hug your right arm with your knee, rolling your outer right hip away from the waist. Breathe in, straighten your right leg halfway. Pause. Steady breathing. Upper left leg back, chest up. Breathe in. Begin to straighten the right leg more. Exhale, straighten it as far as you can without compromising the height in the left leg and spine. Hand to big toe pose. Breathe in, bend the knee, place the right foot on the floor and return to mountain pose. Root the right leg and lift the chest. Pull your upper right thigh muscle into the bone. Do you feel how tall you get? Inhale, bend the left knee, hold the big toe, extending your right arm out at shoulder height. Lengthen your outer left hip away from the waist, pressing your left knee into the arm to center it. Breathe in, straighten your left leg halfway. Check your height. Upper right thigh into the bone, chest lifting, breath steady. Inhale, slowly straighten your leg to a point where you can still maintain height in your spine, and pull your right thigh into the bone. Breathe in, bend the knee, breathe out, mountain pose. Hinge from the hips, bend forward and down. Place your palms on the floor and bend your knees. Inhale, step your right foot back to a lunge. Step your left foot back, plank pose. Collarbones roll up, flat back. Inhale, turn your inner arms forward. Shift your body forward and exhale. Yoga push-up, body like a stick, 2 inches from the floor. Breathe in, chest sweeps forward and up. Roll over the toes to upward facing dog pose. Inhale, push through plank pose as you roll over your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Rest on your knees. Cross your ankles and place your hands on the floor by your thighs. Press down with your hands and feet to lift your hips and knees toward the torso. Pendant pose. Inhale, pull the navel into the spine and pull your feet off the floor as close to your hips as possible. Swing your body forward and sit down. Simple seated position. Lie face down on your mat with a blanket under you for extra padding if you need it. Rest your forehead on your hands, feet slightly wider than hip width, toes facing the end of the mat. Crocodile pose. Steady breathing, root your feet and lift your hips slightly to roll your inner thighs towards each other. Then press your tailbone down, hips to floor, maintaining the slight lift of the inner thighs that leaves the front hips or groins hollow. This action helps establish core abdominal support, critical for your lower back in back bending poses. With your forehead on your hands, inhale, raising both legs, straight knees, as the tailbone continues to press down. Exhale, extend your legs, lifting the uppermost inner thighs and pressing the balls of the feet into the space behind you. Locust pose. Steady breathing. Inhale, legs up. Exhale, legs extend into the space behind you. Continue to root your tailbone. Lower the legs and rest. Steady breathing. Smooth and lengthen your exhalations. Extend your arms forward, slightly wider than shoulder width, and palms on floor. Inhale, curl your chest and collarbones up. Look at the hands. Exhale, pull the lower abdomen back. Breathe in, lift the chest again. Breathe out, belly back and up, and raise your arms and legs. Breathe in, chest up. Exhale, strongly lift the inner arms and thighs, raising them higher and gazing between the hands. Steady breathing. Come down, hands under forehead, and rest. Slow your exhalations. Be calm. Now, root your tailbone and slowly bend your knees to bring your heels above your knees. Did your rear end pop up? You've got to fix that or your lower back will compress. So lower your legs and let's try it again. Consciously press the tailbone down. Try not to squeeze your buttocks. Lengthen your hamstrings and breathe in. Lift the inner thighs, tailbone presses down to bring your heels above your knees. Is that better? Flex your feet slightly, forehead down. Now bring your arms to your sides, resting them palms up. With your forehead down, press the backs of your hands into the floor, but roll your collarbones up. Continue to root your tail and breathing in, lift your knees a couple of inches off the floor. Roll the inner thighs up while the tailbone continues to press strongly down. Don't tighten your throat or neck. Steady breath. Lower your knees, lower your feet, and relax. Plant your tailbone. Roll the inner thighs up. Bend your knees again, feet over knees. Now raise your arms about 6 inches off the floor, keeping them at your sides, palms up. Breathe in, expand and lift your chest, collarbones rolling up, inner arms lifting. Breathe out, extend your arms toward your legs, pulling your shoulders away from your ears, gaze forward and down. Breathe in, chest up. Breathe out, arms extend towards the legs, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Tuck your tailbone. Release, rest face down, lower your feet, and relax. Slow down your breathing. Exhale. Remember, back bends are energizing, not agitating. Now put the two previous poses together. Plant your tailbone, bend your knees, feet over knees. Raise your arms about 6 inches off the floor, palms up. Inhale, heart and collarbones rise. Exhale, arms extend past the legs. Breathe in, heart and collarbones lift. Exhale, arms extend towards the legs, pull your lower abdomen back and up, and lift your knees a couple of inches off the floor. Strong breathing, chest up, arms back, gaze forward, locust pose. Release. Rest face down on your mat again. Slow your breathing down. Root your tailbone and bend your knees again. Reach back and hold your feet with your hands. Let your head hang. Now press your feet strongly into your hands. Do you feel how that action pulls your collarbones and chest off the floor? So remember to use your legs. Breathe in, legs pull the arms and the chest rises like a balloon, collarbones rolling up, head still hanging. Breathe out, pull your lower abdomen back and up toward the heart for support and lift. This is a version of Cobra Pose. Steady breathing. Release. Slow your breathing. Elongate your exhalation. Again, tail down, bend your knees, hold your feet, and let your head hang. By dropping your head, you avoid crunching your neck, thus allowing your upper spine to engage in the back bend more deeply. Your lower back will thank you. Breathe in, legs pull your arms as your chest floats up, head down. Breathe out, pull your lower abdomen back and up, and the legs keep pulling on the arms. Knees are on the floor. Each breath in, chest up. Each breath out, belly back, pulling on the arms. Head hanging. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, release, down you come, and relax again. And your breath will tell you if you're calm and steady inside. If not, slow your breathing down and don't continue to your next back bend until you're able to maintain a steady, rhythmic pace to your breath. And each breath out is long and comfortable. One more time. Bow pose. Hold the tops of your feet, knees and feet slightly wider than your hips, head hanging. Pull your arms and feel your inner arms lifting slightly, your collarbones rolling up. Tuck your tailbone. Now breathe in, the chest expands and lifts. Breathe out, lower abdomen back and up. Inhale again, chest up, legs pull arms. Breathe out, belly back and up, and raise your legs, feet higher than the head, inner thighs lifting. Breathe in, chest open, bring your head over your shoulders, shoulders away from your ears, gazing forward and down. Be strong and steady. Inhale, release. Return to crocodile pose. Head on hands, feet on floor. Relax. If your lower back is uncomfortable, strongly squeeze your buttocks together. Tuck your tail. Release, and repeat that several times. Squeeze the buttocks, tuck your tail, and release. If that doesn't alleviate the discomfort in your lower back, don't continue practicing back bends and instead move to child pose. Cobra pose. Place your palms under your shoulders, fingers facing forward, elbows in, forehead down, feet a little wider than the hips. Root your feet and tail and straighten your knees. As you inhale, expand and lift your chest. Exhale back to the floor again. Again, inhale, the chest expands like a balloon and rises up. Exhale, press your hands into the floor, pushing your collarbones up and back a bit. And lower back down to the floor. Pump yourself up to Cobra pose. Inhale, chest expands and lifts. Exhale, press down, pushing your shoulders up and back towards your feet. Release back to the floor again. Each time the shoulders pull the elbows a little straighter. Again, inhale, chest inflates and lifts. Exhale, press down, pull your lower abdomen back and roll your shoulders towards your feet, gazing forward and down toward the floor. Can your shoulders move toward your feet so much that your elbows are pulled straight? Heart lifts. Gaze forward, long neck. Inhale, release. Exhale to the floor again. Slow your breathing. Again, Cobra pose. Root your feet. Tuck your tail. Inner thighs lifting. Your thighs stay on the floor. Hands under your shoulders, fingers forward, elbows in. Breathe in, expand and lift your chest, roll your collarbones up. Breathe out, press down, pushing your shoulders back towards your feet and drawing your abdomen in and up. Now turn your toes under, and as though your heart is on a string, breathe in and push off from your feet, elbows forward, straightening your arms. Your heart is pulled forward and you roll over your toes, shoulders over feet, upward facing dog pose. Steady, strong breathing. Drop your head back, pressing it between your shoulder blades. Each breath in, the heart opens. Widen your collarbones and feel as though they can see your feet over the tops of your shoulders. Knees straight, inner thighs lifting, tailbone tucked. Bring your knees to the floor. Breathe in, push your hips back and up, roll over your toes, and breathing out, downward facing dog pose. Stretching your lower back as long as possible. Lift onto the balls of your toes. Sit bones high. Push your hips back over your heels and stretch your spine as long as possible. A nice counter pose to your back bending. Breathe in, come to your knees, feet together, tops of the feet on the floor. Separate your knees wider than your ribs and sit on your heels. Lean forward, stretch your arms forward, and rest your head on the floor. Relaxation pose. Lie on your back with your legs outstretched and relaxed. Your arms 6 to 8 inches away from the sides of your body, and your head on the floor or a folded blanket if you wish. If your lower back is uncomfortable, roll up a blanket underneath your knees. Now close your eyes. Relax your breathing and let your body fall back into the floor. Your muscles may hold on to tension that resists such a free-falling feeling. You can practice letting go of tension in this way. Bring your mind to your feet. Now flex and tighten your feet, holding that for a couple of breaths. Now let them go. Feel that sensation of letting go. Do that again. Flex your feet. You can even feel it tightens your lower leg. Now let it go. What does that feel like? Now tighten your thighs. That strong sensation of effort is easy to feel. Let it go. The sense of release contrasts with the strong effort of tightening the thighs. Feel that again. Tighten the thighs. Feel the effort. Do you feel the body shrinks? Now let it go. And feel the body expand. Now tighten your buttocks. And let it go. As your hips relax, you may have an urge to lengthen your back a little bit. And do that again. Squeeze the buttocks together. Feel that tension and let it go. Tight muscles have simply forgotten how to relax, and you're reminding them now. Tighten the chest. It may feel familiar. Let it go. Feel your back body spread out on the floor. Isolate that to the shoulders. Tighten the shoulders. And let it go. Do that again. Tighten the shoulders. Feel that go right up into your neck. It's very uncomfortable, but you can let it go. You may now be able to roll your shoulders away from your ears and be more relaxed in your neck. And then scrunch up your face and let it go. Relax all the expression lines from the features of your face. And feel your head grow heavier and heavier. And now feel your whole body completely relaxed, completely at peace on the floor.